I think we've talked enough about that. There was some other news that came out, and it's news I think both of us are pretty pleased with, and that's Sam Williams-Dixon coming
Yeah.
back, pulling his name out of the transfer portal. Had been
Huge.
in there for quite a while, and then decided didn't like the option, so he's going to come back to Columbus. And I know you're a big fan of him, so talk to me about what you think about this news.
I think it's huge for us. I think it's just exactly what we needed, especially in that running back room. It's another scholarship guy that we have. Sam Williams-Dixon has, for where he is right now in his career at his age, he has size, he has strength. I wouldn't call him the most athletic guy, but a lot of the running back position, as I said on here before, is instinctual. Do you know when someone's coming? Can you anticipate? When someone moves left, does your foot automatically make you go right? Like things like that. I think he has all those tangibles. I think he's a really good football player. And again, in terms of just the running back room, you're talking about a senior guy in Donaldson Jr. And then you're talking about James Peoples, sophomore. Then you have him, who's going to be a sophomore. And you got two freshmen mainly behind him, and a bunch of walk-ons. I think this is exactly what we needed. I think it creates some competition in that room. Because now we're talking about, Donaldson's going to get his snaps. Peoples is going to get his snaps. But you've been gone for the last month or so now. You got to compete with Bo. You got to compete with Turbo. You're going to have to do that. But that's what I want. So how about you?
Yeah, no, I think it's big for the Buckeyes. Like you mentioned, Ohio State doesn't exactly have a stable full of guys who are proven.
Mm-hmm.
They, losing both Trey and Quinshon, which was expected. They were down to one scholarship running back who had been on the roster last year. And obviously Donaldson Jr. is going to be the starter. I mean, he's good. He's proven how good he is. I agree with you. I think Peoples is probably going to be the number 2. And then I think Williams-Dixon will probably win the number 3 job just because he's been in the offense before. Mm-hmm. But you're right. He will have to compete with Turbo Rogers for that spot. I don't think they're just going to give it to him necessarily. I do think he's got the inside track on it just because he's been, in the offense. And in the limited snaps he got last year, I thought he looked pretty good. I know he only got 7 carries, 53 yards, but that's pretty darn good. 5 yards a pop. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens with him. More depth at the running back position is never bad. So, and at this point, you're not really going to add any more guys. So it's kind of an added bonus here late in February or mid-February.
No. And what I also like about this is that I think we have the offense set up for the next 2 years. That's what I really like. I think that we see a lot of the guys right now who are going to be contributors this season are going to be here the following season. I think I do believe there's going to be a chance for guys like Turbo and Bo Jackson to get on the field. After that Texas game, I think you have about 3 to 4 weeks where House is going to start knocking teams off really easily. The guys can get in there. It's kind of like the way James Peoples did. During the conference play, James Peoples didn't play a lot. And then when he came in the game, you could see his play kind of suffer a little bit because the competition is better. You're playing better athletes. You're playing guys that have been around the game for a little bit longer than you have. So I'm happy about it. I'm happy he came back. I do wish I was a fly on the wall to figure out why he came back. Outside of the obvious is that the market, the running back market. I remember I heard Chip Patterson say this once, and Bud Elliott. And they said that the running back market in college football is not far away from what it is in the NFL. So,
yeah, I would be interested to see what that is. But, you're right. Williams-Dixon, Bo Jackson, Turbo Rogers, they're all going to get – their playing time is going to come against Grambling State in Ohio. Like OU, that's pretty much the only guaranteed games that they're going to play. Maybe Minnesota as well or, at Purdue because those teams are probably going to stink as well. But – we'll see.
I can agree with that.
There we go.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, and you know what? That's perfectly fine. We need to get Donaldson and you need to get Peoples more reps during the games that actually kind of matter. I don't want people who are unproven playing in the big games.
You sure?
No, I'm perfectly sure on that. Yeah.
All right, so let's bring Brooks up here right now.
Yeah, go ahead, bring him in.
Yo, what's up, Garrison? Ryan, what's up, man?
What's going on?
What's going on? So, how do you guys feel about this? Just are you guys like nervous a little, or do you think he can? Because Buckeye fans are really divided. Some think it's an A grade, some think it's a great grade, but I feel like they're faking it. I don't know, dude. Just what are your guys' takes on this?
We're split on this show as well. Garrison is more positive on this hire, and I could not be more negative about it. we're pretty polarized on it.
And
I'm right where you are. I'm like around a C, B range higher right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. And listen, I feel like my fan base is celebrating way too early. You know, Michigan fans are already celebrating about this Matt Patricia hire because he was on Detroit Lions and he did bad. You need to understand that college and being a DC and being a head coach is two different jobs. He can be really good. Like Chip Kelly is a perfect example, man. Like he was not a great head coach for UCLA, I would say, but he was a pretty good in OC. He won a natty, you know? So, but people don't understand is I don't want to see. I'm really protective of my university. I want us to have a good reputation. I want us to have the best fan bases, and I don't want them to get clowned, you know. And them making videos of, celebration. Matt Patricia is the coach. He was so bad on the Lions. It's over. Da 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 da. You know, like it's gonna if he's good, Matt Patricia. All right. Then they're going to get all clowned, and it's going to age like crap, their videos of doing that. You know what I'm saying?
That would be the goal. I mean, as negative as I am about the hire, that would be the best case scenario. What I worry about is that he was out of football completely last year. He hasn't exclusively coordinated the defense since 2017, so it's been, 8-9 years. And I don't think he's going to be a particularly strong recruiter. Add that to the fact that just on the defensive side of the roster, they're losing 8-9 starters. So there's going to be a lot of guys that are new. So put that in a pot, stew it around, and that leaves me with a sour taste on this hire.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting, man. I'm actually, I was shocked when they hired him. Were you shocked?
Go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say, I wasn't shocked just because we'd heard the rumors. Okay. And eventually when one of these rumors pops up, one of them is going to stick. We'd heard rumors about Bates, Cullen, a Guerrieri, Walton, co-DC situation. So, you knew at some point. And then once you heard that he was actually in Columbus, that was the first time we'd heard that someone had actually made a trip to Columbus. At that point, you kind of knew it was done. And as much as I didn't like it, I knew it was done. What were you surprised, Garrison?
No, I wasn't. A lot of that had to do with, as we talked about earlier, his track record. I thought that you looked at the names that were coming up for Ohio State, and there's only one name I would have picked over him. That would have been Danton Lynn. Excuse me, but when I saw the news that he was in Columbus, that's not like a done deal to me. Like the way I saw Burks was just that. And again, I'm a Buckeye fan, but I live in the state of Michigan. I expected Michigan State, Michigan/Lions fans to go ahead and hate this hire like that. If I was any Buckeye fan, I wouldn't worry about what they're saying. Because the NFL is not college football, and we're not asking to be our head coach. It's a completely different situation. On top of that, what I told Ryan earlier was just when it comes to accolades, when it comes to doing your job, as far as I'm concerned, he's done his job very well in his career. We can point out the Lions situation, we can do that, but at the end of it, we can't take the worst of someone and then take away the best. And when it comes to the best, this guy is a Super Bowl champ. It'd be like, let's say if, all right, let's put out a situation where, let's say we go out this season and Ohio State's offense is just hitting on all cylinders. At the end of the season, what I don't want to do is then just we can't go and say, oh, Ryan Day gets the credit. Brian Hartline had a job. It's kind of like the same way when I go back to this past season, and after the Michigan game, and everyone kept wanting to blame Ryan Day. And I said, well, wait 1 second here. Now, if he gets blamed, yeah, it's because he's the general overall. But someone had to call those plays, and we gave Chip Kelly a job for a reason. So as much as I do respect Bill Belichick to be probably the greatest defensive mind ever, up there with Nick Saban, someone had to call those plays. Someone had to have a job, and that job just happened to be his. So I'm okay with the hire. I won't say I'm happy about it, but I'm very comfortable with it. There's a long track record of NFL coaches, specifically on defense, that come down to this college game, and they manhandle everybody.